Multi-passionate creatives are not meant to follow linear career paths, but it can become very frustrating because the way that society is designed is in the direction of hyper-specialization. Pick a path, pick a niche, pick a career, spend 40 years in devotion to that one thing and do not waver and hope you're rewarded on the other side. And as much as I believe that that system is dying, I still feel the pressures of that outdated system trying to get me to sacrifice some of my authenticity in the name of choosing one thing. So if you are a multi-passionate creative, I want to speak to how you can develop deeper connection to what I call your creative core so that you can be resilient inside of all of the decisions you make that are in charge of keeping your heart open as you express your gifts to the world in a non-linear way amidst all of the trials and tribulations of what it means to be a polymath in today's day and age. So if you're new here, my name's Kev. I'm an award-winning furniture designer and I help ambitious creatives become more emotionally intelligent. So the first core principle I want to speak to that is so important for anyone who has multiple passions is broadly to be deeply connected to yourself, your body, and to know what you want. But in specific, I want to speak to how your present day emotions, rather your capacity to navigate your present day emotions, determine the future quality of your life. Why this is so important is, especially when we are in, let's say, an uncertain time of how our career is going to unfold. We often put a lot of pressure on ourselves to figure it out in the future. That one day when it's all going to work out. And as much as I do believe that things tend to work out in the long run, how we really sculpt and design our life is dependent on our capacity to be with what is right here and right now. It's complete and utter acceptance for where you are, radical responsibility for how you got here, and an open heart to feel what is present and move forward boldly anyways. But you can't do that unless you come into complete ownership for your life right now. The problem I see is people who have multiple passions are constantly jumping from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing without fully sitting with the reality of what is here now. I'll be the first to say that I've experienced so much frustration for not being where I think I should be in life. If you struggle with the idea of believing that you should be more successful than you are, then that is exactly the thing that is keeping you from being more successful. Until you come into complete acceptance, where if you're saying should to yourself, you're not in acceptance, you're actually shaming yourself. Until you can really sit with the reality of your life now and feel it fully, there is no clarity, confidence, and connection moving forward. So especially for people who are so creative, have so many interests and passions, oftentimes we don't allow ourselves the fullness to sit with what is here right now. Now, I fully believe in what I call following your aliveness, pulling that creative thread and expressing it in all the various mediums that it wants to come out in, whether that's the way that you speak, the way that you talk, the way that you write, whether that's your artistry, whether that's the way that you make a damn good cappuccino because you're a barista at a coffee shop, whatever it is, right? Those things can only be gifts to the world when we are deeply connected to our creative core, and to connect to that creative core requires you to take radical responsibility for where you are, to feel your emotions fully, and then and only then do you become a more clear conduit, a hollow bone if you will, to give your presence, to give your creativity from the deeper essence of you with that energy encoded in it as a gift to the world. If you struggle as a multi-passionate creative, chances are you're not present. You're in the past, you're in the future, you're waiting in the next thing. The more that you can accept, I have 100 things I want to explore in this life, but just to be fully present with what is here right now, that is going to set you up for success in all the senses of that word. The more that I can have, let's say, I know I have 5 things that are alive for me that I'm expressing. I got a fire going over here. I got a fire going over there. But if I can create a structure to be with what is one at a time, as much as I have capacity for, it's like, be fully here while you are here. You know, when you are breathing in, you are breathing in. Don't be waiting to breathe out while you're breathing in. And I know it sounds abstract and cliche, but so many of us get sucked into this pattern of, while we are doing one thing, we're already planning the next. We're already in the next thing. No, be fully present with what is. And that doesn't mean, you know, take 12 hours for your morning routine. But no, it doesn't. But it does mean to get deeply connected to what is real and alive for you now. Today, I might feel much, much more connected to my breath and my speech. So I want to spend this moment fully, being present fully, making this video for y'all. But tomorrow I might wake up and it's a day where I need to be deeply using my hands. I need to be building something. I need to be working through problems with my hands and following that level of aliveness. But if I am here trying to make this video for you, but chewing on the back of my head about the detail that I need to solve for the furniture piece that I'm working on, I'm not actually occurring to you as the true presence that I want to be giving to you. I'm not giving my depth, because the world can feel when you're wavering. The world can feel when you're not fully here. Even if it's unconscious, there is a transmission of untrustworthiness there. And I know I get abstract, I know I get meta, but this is the most important skill that you can learn as a multi-passionate creative, is to be so gone in the giving of your gifts, which requires such a deep level of presence. That way, everything that you do, the business over here, the 9-to-5 over here, the side hustle over there, all of that has all of you in it, you know? Instead of giving 10% here, 10% there, and 20% there, you are giving 150% of you in each moment because of your depth. And that's the quickest way to expand your career, grow your surface area for luck, scale your business, deepen your relationships, and that's where all the juice comes from. So I want you all to learn what it feels like in your body to really embrace your present day emotions fully. Because becoming fluid and open and deeply intimate with that will lead to more of the future you believe in. You can't just bank on the future you believe in coming to fruition, coming into form, if you are not fully with what is right now, utilizing your somatic experience as the greatest resource for your creativity and your becoming. I know that's a lot, but start there. Get keen on how you can connect more deeply to what is alive in your body. Take radical responsibility for your current situation, feel your emotions fully, and give from the depth that is now made available to you from clearing that inner space. I'm all about creativity as the byproduct of the deep inner work and presence that you can embody. Creativity is not mental, it is somatic. Flow state is a nervous system game. Fight me. So thank you for watching this video. I really, really appreciate you. There's plenty of new viewers here. I'm so grateful to welcome you here. If you want a deep facilitation into this work, I invite you to check out the Embodied Creator Toolkit. The link's in the description below. And then you can always sign up for my free newsletter. That's a great free resource. And be sure to subscribe. So, yeehaw. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.